hot meal was an old-fashioned fry-up, John's one and only specialty, with fat slices of sourdough that looked crooked no matter how he cut them. He remembered it all so clearly. He had botched up the egg yolks again, not surprisingly. Ciara's fingers played a little drum roll on the table every time he stood up to the pan. The probability of good eggs hadn't improved since they met, but it added some excitement to their Sundays. He should have savoured every mouthful, but instead he ate as though breakfast was a daily given, never to be lost, as common as sunlight, fresh air, and all those things taken for granted. He had been standing by the window over the kitchen sink, rinsing a mug long after it was clean, listening to it squeak under the warm water. The distant fields' long grasses were like eyelashes winking at him, shimmering under that summer blue. That's when the notion of taking a Sunday drive seeded itself in his mind. John imagined it blooming into a perfect day, one that their shared memories would keep from ever wilting. If only he had known the horrors such seeds could grow. Ciara was sunken in the corner of the couch, with her toes curled under her in those fleecy socks that were a Sunday staple. She was smiling like she used to when he peered round the door, humming to herself, flicking through the channels, most likely looking for a movie that he would enjoy. It was never about her. She would cuddle in under his arm, and he wouldn't know if her eyes were open or closed. That was their perfect Sunday, and for a long time it never changed. Not until John had to ruin everything. "Come on," he announced, slapping his hands. "Let's go on an adventure." She looked to him, lips lolling open, sharing that beautifully bemused expression she always did when he surprised her. Ciara's thumb ceased clicking. Her eyes glanced back at the television, almost sadly. She didn't want this. John knew that. Their day had found its natural rhythm like all those Sundays gone before it, and Ciara had mapped out the coming hours like a captain sailing a familiar sea. But she chose to play along, content to do whatever he wanted so long as they were together. "Where will we go?" she asked, sitting forward, feigning the excitement that John eagerly lapped up like the real deal. "Connemara," he replied. "It's so close to us, and we've only skirted around the main road since we moved out here. Let's go deeper and see what we can find. Blue skies and hills and sheep." "Sheep? They're everywhere." He laughed, casting his arms around him. "There's nothing for miles but sheep." "Okay, handsome," she said, peeling herself off the couch and plodding stiff-legged into his arms. "I'll go wherever you want." She stood up on her toes to kiss him. "And you had me at sheep." "There's nothing else out there," he replied with a smile before planting a kiss on her forehead. "You can pick out your favourite one and we'll bundle it in the back of the car." There, holding his wife in a home, not a prison of concrete and glass. That's the moment he could have saved them. John wished he had just held Ciara a little longer. If only he had asked her what she really wanted to do, not that he didn't already know. She had probably already picked out half a dozen movies for him. Ciara would read the blurbs aloud in her deepest theatrical voice, and he would decide the winner. Maybe a better husband wouldn't have been so selfish. A day on the couch sure sounded good to him now. John had to stop. He palmed the sweat from his face, gulping for air that seeped like mould into his lungs. The seasons held no sway over the woodland. An eternal coldness was trapped there, rising as mist by the deeper pits. It was a cemetery of trees whose black earth sank soft without need for rain, and the feeling of death and rot haunted it like the residue of some horrible dream. The stillness there was unnerving. John's clumsy steps were imitated from every angle, their dizzying echoes leading his senses astray. He had to keep his course,